They're known as the finest band in the land. But how can that be? They're the smallest band in the Big Ten. They don't get scholarships for playing. And most of them are not even music majors.
Really means something when this group of people comes together on their own time, completely volunteer with very, very little to gain from it other than just being with each other and playing together. And especially playing for Northwestern football. I mean, you just see that, there's something else about Northwestern marching band that makes us just a little bit different, a little bit more fine than anybody else.
We've got to do a job that proves once again that we've got the greatest band in the land. Drive, pick up your feet, point your toes, blow your horns, all the way. This one's for real. Show them who's got the greatest band in the land? Northwestern! Who? Northwestern! You better believe it. Let's go. O-U-N-D, let's have a little TNT.
Toes up, toes up, toes up!
When it comes to the Northwestern University marching band, one thing is certain.
We've got the smartest band in the land, without a question.
I don't know of any other bands in the country that can do calculus on the field.
2, 4, 6, 8, time to differentiate.
They're really, really smart. And they learn very, very quickly. It takes a really special, high-functioning multitasker to be able to make this commitment and be able to flick the switch and make the best out of the time they're in that rehearsal. Think smart, think fast, get it done.
But does being the smartest make you the finest?
We have the finest players in the land. We have such talented people playing in the band, and they're so dedicated. And we have this saying, P&G, and it stands for Pride and Guts, and it's just what we stand for as a band.
Pride and Guts is a term that's been around the Northwestern band for years. Their pride in the university, their pride in the organization, pride in the heritage of Northwestern bands. And guts comes with a lot of discipline, and sticking with the organization on warm weather days and cold weather days and rainy days, sticking with the team through victory and defeat.
You've heard Posh and I say it.
You've heard Posh and I say it.
But if I need to, I will scream.
But if he needs to, he will scream.
So you know, no matter what.
So you know, no matter what.
We stand by our team.
We stand by our team.
Last weekend.
Everybody's very passionate about Northwestern football. This is really what we're working for, is to support our team. We always stand by them.
You live and die by the team. The team's down, you're down. The team's up, you're up.
We're there at 8:30, 8:40 when they get there in the morning. We're there playing for them when they step off the bus. When they run out on the field, we're there. We form the tunnel, we're there for them. After the game, great tradition that started is the team will run over to the student section of the marching band and sing the fight song with us after a Wildcat victory.
The way the band and the team have a connection, I think, is really, really special to Northwestern.
It's just an awesome feeling that this group of people, they devote all this time to practice, and they're here for us, and they're here to play for us, and it's just awesome.
The band is incredibly loyal to the team and very supportive of the team. An amazing thing that a marching band does for you is it really helps attach you to the university, because you're providing a very important service for the whole university. You are representing, team spirit.
We are here for Northwestern, we're here for the team. We love this school, and it's part of the reason why we do what we do.
Later in this show, you'll see that school spirit in action. Coming up next, we'll find out exactly how the Wildcat Marching Band works.
Forward, march. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3, and you're there.
Music is first and foremost what makes a great marching band. If we don't have the music, we really don't have anything in terms of a visual product. So everything in a marching band should derive from the musical product.
A flat.
asking you, tubas especially, don't just rah, like you woke up from a bad dream with a tuba in your hands. Holy cow! It's a marching band. It's not rolling garbage trucks doing formation. You know, if it was rolling garbage trucks, you know, that great, grind away. But it's a band, and we want to hear the music. We want to recognize the music. The audience really loves a marching band, and you want to play really exciting music really well, and you want to give them some show business. I mean, it's show business. It's pageantry. And it's tradition.
The music and the pageantry are the end results, but a great marching band depends on discipline and precision. It all starts with the leadership structure. At Northwestern, Dan Farris is assisted by a dedicated group of doctoral assistants, graduate assistants, and instructors. The student leadership starts with the drum majors.
Our drum majors here really have many different roles in the band. They're performers on the field, they're conductors at halftime, and they're also conductors in the stand as well.
If you need help, don't be embarrassed to ask. That's where our leadership is here, so we have a great grad staff is here too. There are no silly questions, only the ones that aren't asked.
Dan Farris is an amazing teacher, and as an outstanding leader, he utilizes the leadership within the ensemble to encourage the group to do their absolute best.
Dan Farris credits his success to the band.
The students, without question. Their energy they bring, their intelligence here, their spirit, their unity, and I truly believe I've got the best job on campus.
So we put the brass in red here, woodwinds are in blue, percussion's up in purple, and green is color guard.
A big part of that job is writing the band's drills, which means designing the intricate field formations that make marching bands unique among all musical troops. The mega-sized bands of other Big Ten universities fill up the field, but don't have much room for movement. The relatively small size of the Wildcat marching band allows for creative and challenging movement. Here, Dan works with doctoral assistant Ben Chamberlain.
The first thing we do is go right toward the music and look at the impact points, the phrasing of the music, and divide them into how many different phrases the music has.
In bygone days, drill writing was a tedious process. Technology has sped things up.
We chart everything by computer. Every person in the band has a number. Everybody gets an individual chart. And this band really is great at reading and learning drill in a short period of time.
The hard work of putting the band together starts in the wilting heat of August at band camp.
That first day is really exciting. Coming back together and just seeing all the new faces, old faces.
In a band with 143 members, over half of the faces are new this year. Over half are freshmen.
Right flank, right. Let's hear it.
The band has just 1 week to put it all together for Northwestern's first home game.
So welcome. Drum majors are going to warm you up a little bit, our little microcosm of what we're going to do today. A huge day for we have to get a lot done in order to get ready for Saturday.
We go all day, either 12 hours a day. So you really just got to take advantage of that time just to become better as a player, better as a marcher.
Band camp is a really, really tough experience. Literally all we do is we wake up at 6 in the morning, we eat, we rehearse, we eat lunch, we rehearse, we eat dinner, and then we rehearse, and then we go to sleep so we can wake up again the next day and do it.
Men, I'd like to impress upon you the importance of these first few drills on fundamentals. It's important that you listen very carefully, that you pay attention to everything that goes on.
Every band camp has always started with the fundamentals. How to march.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It starts off, this is your left foot, this is your right foot. Everybody's on the same page, and there's really no rushing fundamentals.
Here we go, chair step again. Forward, arch.
Our signature step here is the chair step, and it's very mathematical. You have to raise your thigh up at a 45-degree angle. Your calf needs to be out. Your toe needs to be pointed. It's a really strange step, and it's not natural. But now that I've been doing it for 3 years, I'll just bring my leg up, and it'll be naturally in a chair step.
Ready, go. Ba 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 hit ba 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 ba.
A big moment at band camp is the first time the music and the marching finally come together.
It's always exciting, to get that first, set that music to motion for the first time. But there's a certain expectation and energy level that goes up with the band. First time through might be a little rough, but they can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Coming up, we're going to see how the individual sections of the band mesh together to form the finest band in the land. A part of each day at band camp is devoted to sectionals, where graduate instructors work to improve the sound of each individual section. Each section has a distinctive role in the ensemble and a different character from the others. At a community outreach kids fair early in the season, Dan Farris introduces an appreciative audience of parents and small children to the different sections.
Drumline, why don't you guys come on up? Our drumline is a really essential component of our band. Their primary role is to keep a really strong rhythm, keep a really strong beat with us.
Drumline is really kind of our lifeblood of the entire band. I mean, they really keep things together. Obviously, from a rhythmic standpoint, there's a lot of pride, and their own inherent energy is really essential to the success of the group.
We're here at the beginning of the year, a week before the band. We have our own extra rehearsal once a week on Tuesdays when the band is off. We come early to every rehearsal. We usually leave late from every rehearsal.
The drumline sports a certain well-earned cockiness.
We know people look up to us. We don't deny that fact.
The trumpets play a loud role in carrying the melody for the band. The band's sound is rounded out by the trombones, or boneheads as they're affectionately known within the band. Highlights are provided by the flutes and piccolos. The clarinets add some tuneful nuances. A jazzy soulfulness comes from the saxophones, both alto and tenor.
Ready, go.
The baritones lend some depth to the band's sound, and the rich bottom tones are the province of the tubas.
God bless them, because they're carrying over 40, 45 pounds on their back on a windy day.
And don't forget the mellophones.
We're pretty much a middle voice, and we just bring a warm sound, warm tone. Mellows warm it up.
The color guard adds that splash of color and visual pageantry to the band.
We do make pictures on the field, and we're all girls, because guys can't wear the spandex.
Last but not least is the band's featured twirler. The band was without a full-time twirler for years. Lauren McGinnity has reestablished the tradition in great style.
The baton's been part of my life for a long time, just to be able to bring it back with me to college and just keep it going and hopefully start it over here. I'd really like someone to take my spot next year. It's awesome.
Coming up, you're going to learn the true meaning of school spirit.
Go you and you!
Aside from entertaining fans with rousing on-field performances for pregame at halftime, the NU marching band plays a critical role in the stands during the game, pumping the football crowd full of Northwestern spirit.
Anytime the band plays, it's Northwestern. It's spirit. It's alive. It's exciting.
They really get us fired up.
You rah-rah. The Spirit team is a two-person squad whose job is to lead the band in spirit, cheers, and growling. Growling seems to come naturally to members of the band and Wildcat fans.
Go you and you!
The Spirit leader, elected by the members of the band, wears an iconic aviator-style cap, which debuted at the Wildcats' last Rose Bowl in 1996. This hat will be passed on to every Spirit leader until Northwestern returns to the Rose Bowl, at which time a new hat will take its place. The grinder assists the spirit leader, wearing his own special button-festooned hat.
This week is our climax.
This week is our climax.
Hi-yo, if you must.
Hi-yo, if you must.
But I'm so excited for homecoming. I fear I might combust.
Starting in band camp, every Thursday night practice concludes with a spirit session, during which the spirit team carries on some unusual traditions.
I remember the first time I saw the spirit team when I was 18, and I thought, this is just the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was right.
Hey, band! Hey, what? It's time for the geek.
One spirit tradition is the official band geek.
We are all geeks, of course, but he's the geek. I mean, and the title suits him.
We could do a parody of Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 4, Episode 9, The Sword of Kallus, but replace the Klingons with Hoosiers.
When they go into their first spirit session, I tell the freshmen, listen, just please, don't run. It's gonna be okay.
Keep screwing up and you're
Another peculiar spirit tradition is numb personals, where band members hand the spirit team personal notes about fellow band members. Notes that are read aloud to the group. The recipient of the note is often identified by his or her band nickname.
Hey, Kingston!
Hey, what? My nickname is Kingston.
Heather's nickname was given to her by fellow mellophone players.
We have mellow logic, so it's just like a crazy logic. So I like jazz. Jazz is a type of music. Reggae is a type of music. Reggae comes from Jamaica, and the capital is Kingston. Mellow logic.
Hey, freshman mellows. Your sound is uglier than Kingston's. Smooch's boots.
The heart of each spirit session is a poetic rant by the spirit leader, known as the Hear Ye.
Well, the Hear Ye is always different. It's basically a call and response between me and the band.
Hear ye, hear ye! Hear ye, hear ye! This band's in session.
This band's in session.
Here comes the band.
Here comes the band.
The Wildcat band.
The Wildcat band.
So happy.
The Hear Ye begins with a kind of week in review, and then addresses the upcoming opponent.
And then we take on Indiana.
Then we take on Indiana.
We'll cream those stupid Hoosiers.
We'll cream those stupid Hoosiers.
This week's game is homecoming against the Indiana Hoosiers. Alumni spirit team members have returned to add some extra fun.
We've got a fun game ahead.
We've got a fun game ahead.
Whatever a Hoosier is,
a
lot of its blood we're gonna shed.
A lot of its blood we're gonna shed. And there's Pete Friedman.
The band's stadium PA announcer for football games is Pete Friedman, himself a former band spirit leader.
The Nubbelums are here.
The Nubbelums are here.
Marching right beside us.
Marching right beside us.
They look a little older.
They look a little older.
But full of pride and guts.
But full of pride and guts.
And looking to the Wildcats.
And looking to the Wildcats.
To kick some Hoosier butts.
To kick some Hoosier butts.
It's always in your blood. I bleed purple, and just to have the band bring me back, the spirit team invite me back to participate in their homecoming spirit session was a lot of fun.
I see the band! The Wildcat band! It's the greatest band! The greatest band! It's the greatest band in the whole damn land!
At the homecoming game, the band's unbridled school spirit helps lift the Wildcat football team to its greatest comeback victory ever. When the cheering subsides, the band takes the field to play and sing the alma mater. In their hearts, they know what makes them the finest band in the land.
It always boils down to pride and guts. It's just the passion and devotion that this band has for everything we do. And if we keep pride and guts in mind, we can hopefully achieve our best work every time.
Coming soon, Northwestern University and the Big Ten Network will bring you Game Day, the band's game day view of the greatest comeback victory in Wildcat football history.